Show. Living on the water is the only life we know. Yo ho ho ho. It's time for the Bodie Show.
Vermont. Well, my fry didn't work. Vermont. Oh, my vocal fry is not working.
Broken? Your fry's broken?
My fry is broken.
Vermont. There you go. There you go. We're in Vermont.
This is the state where we've made the most Bodie shows after Pennsylvania and New York. Maybe even more than Pennsylvania in terms of the ones we've made together.
I think so.
All right, Vermont.
All right.
Vermont, so Vermont.
We're in Burlington this time.
Yeah, we are.
We're in a different part of Vermont.
We haven't ever made a show here, though. You were here with...
I made a show here. Yeah.
With Jen and Jen.
Jen and Jen. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
No
a long
last,
time ago.
no last names because...
AI.
Deep fake. Okay, your Bodie update. Go.
I took the ferry here.
Yeah.
I have to say the ferry is really cool. And I also, same thing as last time. I didn't know if I was getting on the ferry or not because you can't see where Google Maps is taking you. So anyway, sure enough, Sam and I are coming across and we loaded up on the ferry. We were the last car on. Mm-hmm. And the lovely ferry lady who took our boarding pass and sent us along, I said, "Are we going to fit on that ferry?" And she was like, "Yeah."
Her reflexive answer was, of course.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh yeah, oh well," and then she's like, "Yeah," and she kind of gave me like the maybe, and then sent me on our way. And we were the last car on there. We were kind of like wedged on the back.
Maybe's what you want. No, wait, maybe's not what you want when you're driving a car onto a boat.
Exactly.
In any sense.
I could, the whole time I was thinking a lot about what would happen if we fell off the back. But
what did you see in your rearview mirrors when you were sitting in the car?
Straight water. And yeah, I took a picture. I'll share it with you. It was just,
but not you listeners? Well, we've been discussing
this. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Quick aside. We've been discussing how to actually share visuals. I am personally not invested in Meta, Facebook, Instagram because of the addictive nature of it. I can't open it up without getting sucked in. And it's not how, like, I don't want to get to, next year and be like, man, I wish I'd spent more time on Instagram. I don't think that's going to happen. I think next year I'm going to be like, man, I'm glad I didn't spend more time on Instagram.
Right. So we do want to share things, but we really don't feel like sharing them on those platforms right now.
Right now. Yeah. And this is, for me, it's entirely about like just the health of interacting with the platform, because the AI that runs it has gotten so powerful at getting my attention that I can't resist it. It's like, it literally messes with my neurochemistry.
Yep.
So that aside, complete. Now you did get on the ferry boat safely.
We did, and they put like a chain behind us if that was going to help. I don't know. I just made sure it was in park like 15 times. And but the ferry's lovely, and that it's just nice. Somebody else was driving for 10 minutes, which was great, and that was my Bodie. That was my Bodie moment of late. Nothing else really at the river happening for me. I'm still waiting on putting boats in and getting boating stuff finalized.
Oil's changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about you?
No, nothing in particular.
No Bodie updates, just some crew.
Just some crew, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing in particular. Walker and I came up to Vermont to do some college tours, which we did, and it went well. Yesterday we were on the water, which was great.
Oh, what?
Yeah, we were on the water yesterday.
You mean skiing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
You were on the
counts.
frozen water.
It counts.
Yeah, it totally counts.
Yeah, we went up to Jay Peak, which I'd never been to. Neither of us had ever been to before, and had a great time. There were a ton of Quebecer or Quebecois?
Quebecois?
There are a ton of Quebecois because it's super close to the Quebec border, and Jay Peak, this is an ad for Jay Peak because I think this is a good thing. They offer at par. So if you want to buy a lift ticket with your Canadian dollars, you don't pay, the currently 30% markup because of the exchange rate. You just pay whatever.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah. That's a good move right now.
It's good to be welcoming to our Canadian friends.
Yes, it certainly is. Well, I mean, it's also it's self-serving. We're having a hard time getting people to this side of the border, understandably. And so people are going to have to figure out how to do that.
Right. Maybe we'll talk more about that later. Maybe not. So the Canadian question. Yeah, which is really just about being nice and a good neighbor. Mm-hmm. So moving on, your spring maintenance update is you've got plans for more oils to be changed and bilge pumps to be installed by Boat Mechanic Buster.
Mm-hmm. And a battery.
And a new battery.
And a battery. And then I think that's it.
I got a long list of stuff to do that is currently deferred until after cruise season.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Until until I am paroled from crew jail.
Yeah, I know. Good luck with that.
We got an update, a spring maintenance update from Jen, one of our hosts, that her trim pump is not working.
Oh, right. And she wanted you to explain what that is because she doesn't know. I don't know either. I also don't know.
Yeah.
And she's not here. She should be.
She's coming.
Is she coming?
We're talking about your trim pump on your boat. Yeah.
Welcome, Jen.
Good morning. Okay.
That was business.
Yeah.
That was business voice.
I
Really?
know.
I know.
This feels so official.
Live listener question.
Yeah.
We had trouble last year with our power tilt and trim on our 200 E-Tech, which is on our 19-foot dual console 1986 Grady White.
You white.
That's an 86 hull.
Maybe it's a 94.
Well, either way, it looks great.
Either way, it looks great.
It does.
Right? I mean,
Things really held up.
as discussed, the dual console Grady White, Honda Odyssey of the Thousand Islands.
Yep.
I mean, pretty ubiquitous
Yeah.
vessel.
Yeah.
Everyone has them.
Yeah, maybe for good reason.
Yeah, they're great.
We have a Honda
love your-
Odyssey, and I friggin' love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
they're
has
the
a
best.
DVD player in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great boat. I mean,
Okay.
who doesn't have one? Anywho, kind of annoying not to have power tilt and trim.
So you did not have that all of last
Didn't
summer?
have that feature last summer.
Okay. Just one summer
kinda
you've been
crapped
without
out,
it.
Kind of
Yeah.
crapped out. So
Because
anyway,
once you're used to it, it's hard to go back, I have to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
I grew up without it but now I have it and I don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
did you grow up having to, hoist yourself, flip the switch and crank up the engine when you were younger?
I mean,
or you didn't
I
go
guess-
anywhere when you were younger?
we didn't leave the island. And then
When you went to Potter's Beach,
I was like, oh wait,
no,
You
we didn't
Yeah.
do those things
Didn't do
really.
that.
No,
Yeah, not so much.
It was just sort of it was like a no.
No.
We don't. No, I didn't do that. I have had to do it, but I did not grow up doing that. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yes.
so we use Spicer's Marine to store and winterize.
shout out to Spicers.
Shout out to Spicer's.
I want to say probably
Love that family.
The tied for best gas stock in the Thousand Islands.
Ooh, I didn't know that was a competition, but now it is.
Yeah.
Well, and they also
Tied for best
super,
gas stock.
yeah, and also super accommodating about our electric car ownership.
Oh yeah, they let you make
challenges.
a little
So we
plug in
charge.
sitch.
They let us reserved a spot so we can plug in and charge our cars there.
Yeah.
Which is
Well, hats
Yeah.
off.
Is it like a shore power spot for big boats?
yeah. But we have it reserved
Yeah.
just for, right in front of our slip, which is they don't generally reserve parking spaces, but they accommodated for us to
Yeah.
reserve a parking spot so we can charge, which
They're a really friendly
there's
house.
forward thinking.
Yeah. So my criteria for gas stock is how happy are the kids who are working the gas stock?
All right, is that your only criteria?
Yeah.
Because I was really curious what makes a great gas stock when we started just talking about this 10 seconds ago.
are they open? No. So like,
How much are they open?
how much are they open? Are the kids working there happy? Because it's a very traditional summer job for waterfront is for a kid to work the gas.
Oh yeah, Finwork
Agreed.
Docks, yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Great time.
And I think that Spicers and RJ have the happiest kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, they
yeah,
also
okay.
do great service.
Yeah, they do.
So, they're putting our boat in soon, which is exciting, May 1st.
Ooh, that is soon.
That's exciting. And then
I might
we
go
asked
use
them, in advance of that, please take a look at this thing. So this is what he wrote back. Hold, please. The motor that runs the trim pump does not appear to be working properly. We have a new one coming in, blah, blah, blah. Trim pump. What is it?
So
Jeff.
generally when you have a pump in a mechanical system, it's moving a liquid. In this case, it's moving hydraulic oil.
It is hydraulic. I was going to guess that.
Oh, that makes sense.
And the hydraulic oil, the pressure that the pump creates of the hydraulic oil pushes the trim ram in and out to lift the motor up, and then it lets pressure off and lets the motor come back down. So like if you see a bulldozer with those shiny silver, rods
Yep.
going at like a syringe almost,
Yep.
that's a hydraulic ram.
And those are happening. That's happening on the outside of the engine. That those are.
Yeah,
on.
there's a tiny little hydraulic ram at the motor mount underneath the engine that, the trim pump, that electric pump, pumps hydraulic fluid into and out of the ram, which just like a syringe pushes that rod out and pulls it back in.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So power tilt and trim is, I think at this point, I can't imagine there's any that's like there's electromechanical and then there's electro hydraulic. Electromechanical would be like gears.
Yeah.
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 But hydraulic is
I feel like I've seen those little things for sure. I've seen now when you're saying that, I can picture it.
that's you see the ram. You don't see the motor.
Yeah.
There's like it looks like a starter motor on a car. So like when you start your gas car, there's a little electric motor which turns the whole thing over. So it's just it looks like a big can with wires going in and out of it. Yeah.
Cool.
So hopefully
Hopefully we'll be back in business and everything will be great and, have that functionality this summer, which
yeah, that would be
Great.
nice and fancy by May 1st.
yeah.
Spring maintenance
First.
update.
Yeah. Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, there you go. Moving on. Boat of the week.
It's the boat of the week, stable and sleek. Check out that vessel, baby, isn't she sweet? It's the boat of the week, the boat of the week. Ooh, how I love me, the boat of the week. La da 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 da. Hey, yeah, let's check out the boat of the week.
Man, that sounds good in some headphones.
This boat of the week is brought to you, as most boat of the weeks are, by Captain David.
Yay!
Our most enthusiastic, but not only, but our most enthusiastic and consistent boat of the week submitter.
Yeah, we've got some good ones today.
All right, we got to go back in time to one that he submitted a while back, which was the
Manatee.
Katie Krogan Manatee, 36 foot. And
Let me pull up some pictures.
so Katie Krogan, it's KADEYKROGEN.
Oh, okay.
Is it hot?
Yes. It's okay. So 36 feet, right? It's white and it has, so what I love about it has a really nice stripe that kind of reminds me of the Nordic tugs too. It has a dark stripe that's going along. It also has a rounded bow, which is really interesting. Did
Yeah.
you see that?
Yeah. It's an interesting looking boat. By interesting, I mean, it's not long and narrow. It's for its length, it's very wide.
Wide.
And full. It references tugboats a bit. It's got a rounded bow. Like, do you remember the pictures of like the Pinta, the Santa Maria, the Columbus boats?
I mean, I know what those are.
They had like
I
big,
don't remember what they look
big
like.
rounded bluff bows.
Did they?
Bluff meaning like just sort of like not pointy.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Okay. This one has portholes, which makes me happy.
Yep.
The first thing, and it has a lot of really nice wood. And then but the back deck is really beautiful. The picture of the aft
It's got a veranda. That's a
veranda
veranda.
situation.
Up pretty high because it's got a ton of interior space down below.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Like people look at this and they think, they might think tub.
Tub.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tubbish. It's just wide.
I'm going to say it's tubbish, but not tubby. Like tubby is a little bit of a pejorative. It's like, that's just tubby. This is tubbish.
Tubbish.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful. I love the doors going out back. It's got a little wooden table and chairs. It looks so lovely. I want it. I
Yeah.
want this boat. I want to live on it. Has a very nice, the interior is beautiful, all wood, all teak, I
So
guess.
not combination of white paneling with wood trim.
Which I'm not a huge, just the ceiling is like that.
Yeah.
Some bits of the ceiling are like that, which is fine. I can live with that. There's like a nice couch and a table, and there's another couch, or maybe that's a chair. I can't tell. And then a stove. It's got a sweet little stove.
Yeah. It's a non-traditional
Little stove.
It's
Is it a
a
little stove?
It's a non-traditional trawler yacht. But I'm gonna call it. Sometimes you see smaller fishing boats and they've got just like a ton of enclosure all over them and not much of an open deck. This is kind of like that. And it has a nice shape for how tubbish it is. It's got a nice flybridge, but the flybridge isn't way up too high. It doesn't look top heavy. And I gotta find a little bit about mechanical systems. It's got a Volvo Penta 100 horsepower, so not a lot of power. It's technically classed as a power trawler. This one's an 88. And
That's the year?
yeah.
Okay.
This Katie Krogan Manatee has the desirable single cabin layout. Krogans are renowned for being great cruising, seaworthy, and live-aboard yachts. That's a tough combination to have. Super economical cruising with an ability to cruise at less than 2 gallons per hour. That is low. Yes. The Manatee layout is very comfortable, floor plan being essentially all on one level with the exception of the upper pilot house where you are afforded great visibility. So that all on one level is why it's so wide toward the bow and the stern, because you've just got this like, kind of great room approach.
But it also has a lot of light, which is one of the things it's important to me with this kind of boat.
Yeah. So
It doesn't feel down undery.
Katie Kroger Manatee. This is an 88 listed for $109,000. That means it holds its value.
I know, it's really nice, isn't it? I know. I kind of want it.
So Katie Kroger Manatee is our first boat. Second boat.
You go.
Captain David, grab this. That was the only text in there. Grab this with a link. 23 fantail launch with trailer. Here's your chance to own a boat that does not look like the others on the lake. Homemade wooden 23-foot fantail launch. Here, Jen.
What do you think about that?
Oh, so much maintenance.
A lot of raw,
So much maintenance.
a lot of raw wood.
Wise words.
Homemade wooden 23-foot fantail launch. White oak strip planked hull. White oak is very rot resistant and strong. On steam bent white oak frames, same deal. Steam bent means like to make the curve of the frame, you put it in a steam box, heat it up, that makes the wood flexible, and then you can bend it to shape. Oak seats, deck is oak, cherry, and walnut. 25 horsepower gasoline air-cooled engine. That's a tractor, like a lawn tractor engine. Vinyl on cedar canopy, bronze prop, custom-made dual-axle trailer. I completed this in 2024 and only had it in the water a couple of times. Now I need room in the shop for the next boat. Yeah, my man. Boats should be stored out of the water and under cover. As with most wooden boats, there is some seepage at a couple of seams until the wood gets wet and swells. That sounds like a middle-aged problem.
That's interesting that they're saying should be stored out of water.
That might be because this guy, like, this thing is precious to him and he doesn't want it to be anything less than a piece of art. It looks like furniture. Yeah, it's object. Yeah, you should keep them in the water. You should give them to Steph and she should hammer them into submission. So the fantail is a design element where you've got this like very, very pronounced upsweep at the stern. And it sort of spreads out both horizontally and vertically. So almost like a bird, like a swallowtail, bird's tail.
It's very pretty.
It's long and narrow. These were originally often built for steam, which meant, you had like one cylinder pushing you with a big prop. The interior is there's like a center console, a wooden center console. This guy's got to be some kind of furniture cabinet maker guy. Maybe just boats, but
there is something so unique and pretty about this style, and we all know these better than we should because there is a group that comes to the river in June. Yeah, just a bunch of
steamboat enthusiasts
just cruise all around the river, and I just love the cockpit, like that oval cockpit.
Yeah,
it's got a
big, long, oval-shaped cockpit.
I just love that.
That has a seat around the entire perimeter with a tall coaming, which is like that little wall that sticks up above that you can rest your back against.
Exactly. I just feel like this is actually a really nice interior in a boat that's not like, it's there's nothing. It's not upholstery. It's not like but it really is kind of a very functional shape and style for that interior. Like I bet it's really fun to hang out in.
Yeah.
Which it gets a lot of points.
Something like the original pontoon boats.
Pick up your mic and say that. It's right behind that. There.
If you're going to say something, you got to. If you're going to participate, you're going to participate.
Yeah, just say it.
Well, it reminds me of Duffy Electric Boats has been making these boats for years and years and years, and still does. And it's exactly kind of what you said. It's the first pontoon boat, early pontoon boat
cruise
around,
comfort,
not getting anywhere fast.
Yeah,
putt, enjoy the day.
I'd swap
enjoy
that.
The water.
I'd swap that like Briggs and Stratton air-cooled gas engine for a electric motor.
Well, that's what I was going to say. And they're using a similar shape, Jen. I know now you're looking at Donzi,
exactly.
So I'm trying to pull you back to
sorry,
this.
there's a Donzi.
Yeah, I know.
I got distracted.
Yeah.
You got
to look out for that.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 picnic boat.
It's a real risk around here. But so this electric, what is it called again? Duffy is making an electric version of something that looks like that steam launch?
For years.
Blah, blah,
yeah. And like Elco has been making engines for those kind of boats.
What are you doing? What are you blind over? You're blind.
There's a Donzi on the screen.
Well, I know, but we're talking about electric boats, which is also fun.
It's hard.
Oh, God.
Okay.
What?
It's the Donzi.
Oh. All right. So apparently all the oxygen has been sucked out of this conversation because now there's a Donzi on the screen. I'm not sure I've ever seen a windshield quite like that one.
Wait,
what's happening?
Can we also talk about the matching trailer and hull color? Because impressive.
We can. You just
impressive.
Do you want to describe it?
Oh.
While you're here?
Tell us what you see, Jen.
Oh, I mean, just hotness everywhere. I don't even know where to look and where to start.
Yeah.
I also do appreciate the pop of color of that that roller at the tongue of the trailer. Oh, come on.
Cam David sent
anyway.
us 3 boats, very different boats. The third is a 97 Donzi Classic 18.
Yeah,
Jen,
you're doing a better job.
I'm just reading. Talk through the shape that is so pleasing. The shapes, the curves, the lines that are so pleasing
Well,
about this.
what Steph started to point out is that windshield is really unique. How it's shaped a little bit. It's got this curve to it, which I don't recall seeing either. That fits in the aerodynamics
Right.
of the boat and the design.
Yeah.
So the deck of the boat, it would appear, has a curve where it's higher in the middle.
The front deck, yeah.
The front deck of the boat is higher in the middle than it is on the sides. Therefore, the windshield, which is slightly darkened, it's not totally clear, and it has an arch to it.
Yeah. There's a curve at the top of the windshield and a curve at the bottom of the windshield.
Yeah.
As you go across the boat.
I mean, it looks like some 90s sunglasses is what it looks like.
Yeah.
$14K, you guys.
Grab
Is that
this.
a good deal or is that a bad deal? I don't even know. Nobody knows. We're Donzi blind right now.
For 97 18-foot Donzi?
That seems low.
That seems low. What's the problem with it? Wait,
Where is it?
have stringer rot or something? Let's see.
They're not going to tell you what's wrong with it. It's in Missouri. Maybe there's just not much of a market there. Oh, wait a minute. It's offered in Missouri with a single axle trailer and a clean Michigan title.
What's that? What's the weight there?
The
That's
boat's in
fine.
Missouri, but it's got a clean Michigan title.
It's never been registered, and
I don't know. That's just that means
Wait,
maybe
slow down.
it's
I want to see more photos.
yeah, I'm interested. I think it looks so different to me than the other Donzis
Really?
that we've
that-
looked
It does.
at.
It's
What
that
is it? It's that windshield.
yeah.
Isn't it thicker? It's
Here we go. Photos showing fiberglass damage near the starboard bow are presented in the gallery below.
Oh, okay. Let's scroll down.
Let's see that. Wow, the
got a
the
beautiful
seats
cockpit.
are in great.
yeah, the seats are so nice.
They're showing you a lot of really nice pictures
yeah,
until you
bucket.
get to the.
Wow, there's a lot of pictures.
Starboard fiberglass.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
not. I
Well,
mean,
depends on what's going on inside. So
that's not too bad. How deep is it? Zoom in. There's
It's through the
there's
gel coat.
there's 2 chunks,
well into the
2 shark bites out
what
of the gel
happened
coat.
there? I wonder what happened. Looks like somebody took a BB gun to it. Honestly.
it got bounced off of something.
Oh, okay. I do like it a lot, though.
So on the starboard bow, there's 2 chunks out of the fiberglass, like right above the rub rail.
One's like a quarter size, and one's more of a silver dollar size.
Yeah.
but it doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like
extends.
anything.
There's not
Yeah.
a ton of spider.
So
cracks.
the kicker with that is like something took a big chunk out of that. What did it do to the rest of the laminate? And is that just like see these little cracks extending out? I can't friggin'
yeah.
seem to zoom.
Yeah. Question is whether there's whether that moves beyond that.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
that's also like fixable for especially
Yeah.
a good fiberglass person.
So wait, is this another codependent boat relationship for me? Yes,
Yes.
because the rest of the thing looks amazing. All the upholstery.
I
looks
love
great.
Donzi
Upholstery.
seats
Look at
so
that nice- look at
much.
that. Look at that. It's got a like a vinyl mat. Man, what is those materials used elsewhere? Almost like,
Like a woven indoor outdoor carpety
Right.
kind of situation, but
Yeah,
it's
like
woven and not
if
like
you had
a,
outdoor placemats on your table, it would be made out of this like woven stuff. Yeah, that's like on the floor as a surface. All right, we have to discuss now.
They are
God,
so different.
Why did Donzi's do such a good job? I mean, that's just the design is
Yeah. I know.
always incredible.
The current
You know?
the current manufactured classics don't come with a windshield, but there was this period of time when they did have windshields on them.
Wait, what?
The current Donzi classics, the 16, 18, 22,
Have zero windshield?
yeah, they just have like a little grab rail.
Wow.
But there was a period of time when they did come with these windshields, and I think it makes them look
Better? You like it better?
Well, no,
I like it without.
I think there's merits to both.
Okay.
This
Separate
with those
conversation.
curves, with this curves, it makes the 18 look bigger than it is. I do think that just the grab rail and like bugs in your teeth is most of what you're going for with this, and the windshield ain't going to do that much anyway. So
Okay, so we have
Katie
this
Krogan.
lovely, we have the Manatee, which is like a liveaboard, and it's teak, and it's slow, but it gets you where you want to go. It's seaworthy and maybe sea kindly,
maybe
and it's and then we have the little wooden launchy situation,
fantail launch.
fantail launch, and then we have this Donzi. They could not be more different.
Couldn't be more different.
The Donzi is going to like blast through the water well. It's going to ride well. It's going to go fast.
It's got a 6.2 liter Mercruiser with a nice big beefy outdrive on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, for me, if you're asking,
we are.
I love the wooden picnic boaty launchy situation, but limited use case for me, ton of maintenance. I mean, it just seems like it's a beautiful object, but not something
You don't want to own it.
I would want to own.
You don't want to own it.
Yeah, what's the objective of Boat of the Week?
It's not clear.
Not clear.
we don't know.
Oh wait, that's not a question.
I think
that's a statement.
I think it's like what do you want to get in, right? What do you want to be in? What do you
Right
want to be
now.
in the most? Yeah. What do you
I don't know
wanna-
my current mood. If I had to just quick,
Yeah.
The liveaboard.
Yeah.
That was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Like a beautiful example of a liveaboard. And
know.
that stern deck.
I agree.
Just really
I agree.
Lovely. I just
love
want
it
to
so
sit there.
much.
Maybe it's this spring, like itching to get out on the water feeling.
But
that,
also,
like,
it's still pretty cold and rainy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's going to be
but,
comfy.
like,
There's a little stove in there. We
that
could do
I-
a puzzle.
yeah, we could do I could do the shell puzzle. I got a shell puzzle.
Oh,
we
you
gotta do
did
later.
We could do a shell puzzle on the manatee.
and yeah, make some hot toddies.
Yeah, we can make a nice
Maybe it's
little.
a springy version of a hot toddy. I don't know. Anyway, we could hang out there and
Yeah.
be like near the water,
Yeah.
but
We
still
could play some cargo on that thing.
some cargo.
Could, make a little soup if we had to.
Right. Be comfortable.
I mean, I'm
You know-
Oh, you two sound like those. Do you remember that Saturday Night Live skit where they had the public radio?
yeah.
yeah.
Like, yeah. Welcome to Sleepy Hollow.
Holiday time is when the most wonderful culinary wishes can come true. Now, what's on your list this holiday season, Margaret Jo?
Well, Terry, I really got greedy this year. I'm asking Kris Kringle for a wooden bowl, some oversized index cards, and a funnel.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the Shveddy Balls one too?
It
might
was
have
the
been
shreddy balls. one,
Okay.
yeah.
No one can resist my sweaty balls.
All right. Well,
I don't know.
I'll take that as a high level compliment. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I do feel like we could actually sit here and continue this conversation for the next 2.5 hours
Who
about all the
doesn't
things we want to do
join
aboard
us
the
on
manatee.
this rainy
Yeah.
day on the manatee. I
Yeah.
really come
Join
on.
us.
It's the
We'll pick
manatee
you
for
up.
me.
We'll pick you up.
I mean, I love that Donzi too, but I also feel like Donzi's have won a lot of Boat of the Week.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's ever
It's all over.
if there's a scorecard or whatever, but I love that one. I mean, it's a strong.
It's a winner.
for me.
It's winning
strong
right now.
second.
It's happening.
But I'm just feeling manatee right now.
Check out the
Ladies and gentlemen,
so baby.
it's very clear that the Manatee 36 is your boat.
All right.
All right.
Yes.
Next up, electric boat industry update. You were telling us earlier in the show before the show about the first all-electric boat dealer in the U.S.
Yeah, I just kind of stumbled across him. I've been trying to last couple months kind of learn all I can about electric boats, really interested in this topic. The electrification of the marine industry is super interesting to me. We spend all this time on our beautiful, precious waterways and, in these vessels that we adore and are really kind of not awesome for the environment, So I've been trying to learn all I can. Kind of study, and I found this company, Electrified Marina, and they're out of Virginia Beach, and I'm so psyched about their mission. They're just committed to only being an electric boat dealership. So they've got power boats, deck boats, social cruisers, personal watercraft, from brands like all over the globe. It's really cool. So they're bringing in, our friends at Xshore. They're selling down there, but they're also bringing a couple Canadian brands.
Shout out Xshore. If you go back
Yep.
through the archives, you can hear
Last summer.
Jen and our other electric boat industry correspondents ride along on an Xshore boat on Lake Champlain.
So this guy in Virginia Beach is offering all electric.
All electric, and he's a early he was an early adopter to Tesla and was a mechanic for years and years at Tesla, so understands what it's like to transition an industry really onto electric. He's all about it. So I mean, Xshore's one, and that's the one we're most familiar with. But Candela, I believe they're the ones that have the hydrofoil, the electric hydrofoil boat. Ingenuity, Vision Marine, Tega,
These are all-
Rand.
these
These
are
are all boats that he sells that or they sell that are all electric. And again, in all those categories, I mean, deck boats, personal watercraft, power boats, the whole thing. And it's just super exciting. I've been following along on their journey and hoping to take a road trip down and like fangirl them.
Fantail.
Fan
Right, no.
girl. Yeah, tail. Right.
And we're going to go in October.
Yeah, we're going to go in October.
Okay.
It's going to be fun.
And
gonna
also
be great.
the licensee of the Rafnar hull in the U.S. is in Virginia Beach.
Yes.
So Rafnar is the boat manufacturer in Iceland, designer builder in Iceland that has a licensing model. They have this really remarkable hull that does not pound at high speed. It's very safe in that regard. Also very pleasant. So we're going to go to Virginia Beach in October.
See all those people.
Yeah, just see all those people and learn all about it. I'm excited.
that you call them a Tesla mechanic. So one of the challenges with any change in technology is like, what if it breaks? Who fixes it? Because in existing technology, there are lots of boat mechanics who work on boat engines, internal combustion engines. But who fixes your electric boat? And so this gentleman, as a former Tesla mechanic, I'm going to imagine has at least an eye toward and is like going to be a repair and diagnostic option for you.
Yeah.
So you buy from him, you can get it fixed there too.
And, I think that one thing we were talking about in the show before the show is, the price barrier, that the perceived price barrier of kind of going electric. And, I think Exshore, man, oh man, they make some beautiful boats. But yes, we're looking at 300K. However, they also came out with a less expensive model. Like they've got a couple on their site here on Electrified Marina that are more in the 130 range. Believe it or not, there's 129. But they also are selling.
That's like new boat.
That's new boat. That's what people.
Electric
We don't.
Yeah.
None of we're fans of not new boats here
True.
at the Boaty Show.
Yeah.
And
Yes. 3 live cases. Yep.
yeah,
Fans.
but they've got the deck boat here, an Ingenuity 2023 deck boat. It's 120. I mean, that's like what.
So if you went to Virginia Beach, like if we did this road trip, what I would want to do is I would want to take a bunch of those boats out on the water and drive them around.
Right.
Is that what they let you do? Do they let you do that?
Yeah, for sure. Like, look at this Ginger, you guys. This is like this is exactly what I was talking about. It's not Duffy, but $25K for little electric fantail.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Right? I mean, that's exactly what we were just talking
Is
about.
that new or used?
Used. It's a 2021.
So for fans of not new boats, it's
It's still new.
Yeah.
It's still 20 years newer than any.
Than most of our boats.
wait,
Yeah.
it's a 2021.
2021.
That's a new.
That's new.
That's a new boat.
So where would you go out on the water? Like on the ocean? Like
Virginia
what's-
Beach?
Yeah. Is there like some? Is it?
Never
We'll
been
look
there.
into this.
We don't
All right.
know.
All right.
We
This
have
is
no idea. We're gonna find.
I'm
out.
just imagining
Fall.
because I would. That's definitely what I'm gonna want to go out
Yeah.
and try these boats out. That would be fun. Yeah.
You're gonna be pretty psyched. I can tell you.
Your Spicer Marine car charging situation is an important dynamic for electric boating because charging and availability and anxiety is a one of the factors that you consider in the electric vehicle industry.
Range anxiety.
Range anxiety, but also like range anxiety is like, but where's the charger, right? I'll take a road trip if there's chargers along the way. Every single marina that has
Yes.
shore power options
100%.
has
Yeah.
240 volt electricity at the dock with like standard connectors already. And we've talked about this before.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, like you go to a marina, you see the little tower with the plugs in it, and then if there's a boat hooked up to shore power, they've got a
Totally.
a 240 volt cable that they carry with them, and they just plug into that, and they
It's like the water system is already built for electrification.
It is.
It is. It's actually more convenient
Yeah.
than when's the gas dock open.
Yeah.
Right. When you think about it, it's
Right.
like, oh, I could just go out on the water and when you think about it, most boat trips that you take are not that far. Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's intermittent use.
like really what's a Wellesley rounder take? 2 hours, 3 hours, depends how you do it.
Yeah, and
right?
only a portion of that's going to be going fast.
Right. And so, okay, then you kind of pretty much come home and you're going to, barbecue, do some chores, whatever, and you plug in your boat at your house, even that. And
Or
so,
you go back to your marina. Let's say you're not waterfront with your own dock. You go back. You go back to your marina. You've got like marinas have shore power already at the dock.
Yeah.
For people who have boats that already have a bunch of batteries because they have electrical systems that they take with them.
That's a really good point.
right. And even some of these
You can stop at any state park and just plug in.
yeah,
Right.
just
They all
plug
have
in.
shore power.
Yeah. And so even a lot of these boats that are really going like Exshore or Arc is another electric boat maker out of California. And they're going after the wakeboard kind of market. And even those full tilt, I believe, have a 2 hour range, right? I think about 2 hours. And
I have no idea.
I think they do, and that's like,
dragging ass, like making giant waves,
full send, like
the whole point. The whole point is resistance.
Yeah, that's
Right.
hammer down.
Right.
2 hours, right? So I mean, it's really exciting technology that's happening better and better.
That's super. That's good. All right. So
Yeah.
I
Okay.
love that.
Stay tuned.
More
Stay
to
tuned.
come.
Thank you very much for sharing
Yes.
what you
Yeah.
are
Excited
learning. What you're
about.
learning.
I'm still learning. It's evolving. It's very exciting.
Good stuff.
That's the kicker with these kinds of new industries, new segments. Like nobody's an expert, right? Nobody's an expert in electric boating.
No.
I also love too, though, that there's so many there's so much electric boating on the river already because of fishing motors. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Yep.
Like there's so much of it, and you know what I mean.
Our friend,
Well-
our friend Phil.
It's a little different. I'm just saying, but it's happening all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty cool. Like more and more smaller lakes are,
Going all, yeah.
putting laws against, traditional combustion engines and requiring only electric outboards. So
I grew up I grew up boating on a lake that was electric only,
yeah.
and so
Yeah.
I grew up. It was a normal thing to like lug your battery to the boat, hook up your motor, and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's exciting.
And our friend Phil is a fishing guide, and he bought one of the latest model Minn Kotas that has a big old motor on it, and he loves it.
He does love it.
He talks about it all the time. He
Yeah.
uses it instead of the gas engine.
Yep.
Every opportunity he gets.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And-
if you're cruising around and you're not trying to go fast, there's a lot of that happening. Leo does it too, and
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Okay.
Excellent.
Thanks, guys.
All right. What's next, Jeff?
Oh, not that. Hold on. I gotta label my buttons. I've been saying that for a year, and
I've got to label my buttons. I've been saying that for a year. What do you?
you don't recall me saying that?
Yeah, I'm not listening when you talk about that kind of thing. Sorry.
Earlier, I was trying to plug in the podcasting equipment, and I was like, "Ah, damn!" Like, because the outlet I was trying to use wasn't working. And Steph said, "What's wrong? Stuff that's hard." Just the whole category of, like, what's wrong? Stuff that's hard.
Oh my God, that's a big category. That's a really huge category for me.
But you know what I mean?
right
Like, oh, there it is. You
Yeah.
found it.
Oh shit! God
I
damn
mean, it's
it!
fun. It's fun. I like
I
it.
really need to label my buttons.
Do you want like a little Sharpie or
Is
something?
this it? No.
Jeff, I actually have a label maker right here.
Oh,
I think it's broken though. That's why it's sitting here because I can't figure out.
Ooh, sweet copy, I just gotta get them all of that sweet, sweet copy. Come on, Jeff, and read us those vintage pony advertisements. Now give us some of them old boat ads.
Apparently, stuff that's hard is playing the right music for the old boat ag stick.
there's so many things. Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, go.
1973 ad for the AMF Alcourt Sunfish sailboat. Who here has sailed a sunfish?
Me.
Who here learned
Wow.
to sail on a sunfish?
Me.
Yeah.
I don't know how to sail, but like, as
Who
close
here
as I got.
Who here like tried to learn but apparently didn't learn?
Who
to
here
sail?
sailed once in their life and flipped it upside down? That's me.
Hey,
That's a feature of a sunfish. It is.
Just saying, I did not learn, and that's okay. I'm so ready for this. Go.
I used to have a mini fish too.
So the Sunfish, family fun boat or spirited racer. That's AMF Alcourt Sunfish, today's most popular one design sailing class. Simple, easy to handle rig makes her the perfect boat for the beginner. Yet even the most advanced sailor finds her exciting to sail, challenging. Portability, too, is an important feature. Wherever there's wind and water, your Sunfish goes with you on car top, in station wagon, or on its own small boat trailer. Gleaming. All fiberglass construction keeps upkeep easy, resale high. Foam flotation? Join the fleet and your friends in Sunfish today. So cool. So the Sunfish is a ubiquitous little sailboat that lots and lots of kids learn to sail in. Jen just said she has a mini fish. Here's the ad for that. For the young and young in spirit, it's Mini Fish. More fun and excitement is packed into her all fiberglass 11'9" than you'll find in most boats twice her size. She's quality too. AMF Alcourt quality in all the way. You can see it in her gleaming finish, her fine fittings, genuine Dacron sail, foam flotation. Best of all, she's easy to sail, even for beginners. Her simple rig with a single sail makes her a joy to handle. She's a spirited little lady that can show her heels to a lot of the competition. Priced right for the budget-minded who still want the best.
That was lovely.
Adorable.
Yeah.
That's actually the
Wow.
old boat out of the week. For
That
the
was
fish.
really,
That's really
yeah, the mini
good.
fish ad was really good.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
She's a feisty little number with showing her
She
heels.
shows her heels. I just love it.
Yeah.
I'm not quite. Does that mean she's going to go faster? What does it mean?
I think it can mean a lot of different things.
Okay. Well,
I think it means what the young or young in spirit
yeah. Right.
pilot captain is wants it to mean. So that's it. That's the old boat out of the week.
Fabulous.
Love it.
We're gonna have our final This Week in Curling segment of the year with just a quick mention by Steph of what her last week in curling was. What was it like?
Yeah. So the last week in curling was we went over on Wednesday, which is our usual traditional curling night, and there were we didn't curl. My friend Rebecca and I, who were curling together all season, we didn't curl because it was the playoffs. So the people who were the best at curling were playing, which is not us, as everyone will be shocked to hear. But then, so usually there's, I don't know, like 60 or 80 people in our little league, but this was everybody in all the leagues. So it was huge and everybody brought a dish to pass. And that was really sweet.
What did you make?
I made
Speaking
butter
of sweet.
tarts, which are a Canadian classic.
Wait, you make butter tarts?
Yeah.
I thought one only buys those on the Wolf Island Bakery. What are you talking about?
No, they're actually really easy to make. I've made them twice
I
for
think
two different
that's
parties.
what you're making for Easter dinner tomorrow.
I'd be delighted. I mean,
Amazing.
it was sort of my offering to, I was trying to be a good neighbor by making something truly Canadian as an American and bringing it
A
over.
good, respectful neighbor
Yes. Yeah.
who appreciates the fact that the Canadians spend $20 billion in their own money coming in to visit the United States.
Yeah, or they used
during
to.
tourism. Oh no, they used to because
Yeah.
not so much anymore.
Yeah. I'm not. Believe me, they're not. Yeah.
Hey Canada, elbows up.
Yeah, exactly. I had a bit of a misty moment. There were some misty moments. Like I've been struggling to try to explain what it's like to live next to a best friend country, like we all grew up with this country that feels like a best friend, and that friendship is being eroded, as we speak in a significant way.
It's being shit on.
Yeah. And so watching that, feeling that happen has been a really significant thing for me. Canada is one of the reasons why I live where I live. And
It's one of the reasons why there's an economy where you live.
yeah. And also just it's this is very, very personal for me. So having this experience with people and watching the erosion of that relationship has been really hard. And my last week in curling was to some extent about that, but also just about the fact that everyone's cool. Everyone was happy to see each other. Everyone was very demanding that we come back next year and all of that. So there were both of those currents were happening.
Yeah.
It was both sad and sad in a way, and also really sort of hopeful.
Well,
I guess,
we
as
here at the
well.
Bodie Show love you, Canada. Love you as Canadians and your country as neighbors and friends,
No matter what.
no matter what.
Yeah.
I had a question for Steph, if I may. When does the curling season start again?
Guess.
Like August?
May.
Wow. May's next month.
Yeah.
January? No.
October.
November. Okay.
October. Mid-October.
And what's your downtime training routine look like?
Oh, wow. That's such a good question.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I should just probably sweep. I should do some more sweeping. I should sweep my house as curling, off-season curling training.
Yeah.
Is
Are
that
there
right?
any clinics you're
In
signed
roller
up for?
skates.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that I bought my own curling shoes?
You said you bought your own slippery shoe and that you
It's
almost
too
fell.
slippery. Yeah, it's too slippery. I can't. And also, I'd like to note that I spent more on those curling shoes than I've ever spent on any pair of shoes in my entire life, and I can't wear them because they're too slippery.
So you need to go on a clinic for your shoes, like a special intensive.
I think I might just hit them with some
Do you need a
sandpaper.
coach? Do you need a
Yeah. Do you want to be my curling coach?
Yeah, I'll be your
my off-season curling
yeah.
coach. That would be
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Yeah,
I am
okay,
excited about it. Yeah.
Okay. Exciting.
That's a show.
That's a wrap. Okay. Are we going to play a little curling on the outro?
Yeah, stay tuned.
Okay.
Stay tuned after the outro and our quick wrap. You'll hear some recordings Steph made of the curling. You can hear the sweeping and the hurry harding and all of that stuff.
Yeah. Stay floaty.
Stay floating.
Yo ho ho, that's it for the Bodie Show. Pack the cooler, grab the lines, let's go, go, go. Yo ho 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 ho.
That's it for the Bodie Show.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week. We're out.
Board,